Hi, this is Debbie and Dr. Rob, and we have a great topic for you today, and it's about dreams.
My favorite topic.
And not the dreams, the making your dreams come true, but those things we go to sleep at night and we say, why was I on a spaceship? And why was my mother there? And why was she serving me breakfast and I was refusing and it was a crazy dream?
Why did I show up at work in my shorts?
And my underwear. And, So yeah, the dreams are really fascinating, and part of Jungian psychology is a lot of dream interpretation, and just learning more about Jungian psychology really helped me understand, because I'm a great dreamer. So
yeah,
very
a lot
juicy.
of people are. We all are great dreamers. If you think about since we were kids, our dreams have given us these incredible experiences during the night. But as we grow up, a lot of us kind of lose track and we just forget about them and they just recede into the background. But the research shows dreams are really important, and they do carry a message. I know this is controversial, but in Jungian psychology has always held that we can still use dreams to learn about our own mind, to help us in personal development, obviously. And not only that, it is a part of the spiritual psychology and part of the spiritual tradition of humanity. You know, if you look at the Bible, the Upanishads, any of the ancient literature, the dreams were central to the work.
Yeah, you hear a lot of mythology, people, or stories of the kings having their priests tell them, like, interpret their dreams for them, or the priest has a dream and says, this is what's, you should go to battle or you should not. And I know that for a lot of people, they think, oh, that was just a crazy dream, or I was worried about this and then had a dream about it, so that's why. Or they say, I had a dream about my ex, that he's coming back, I think it's going to happen. They think it's all precognitive, that it's giving them a sign of something that's bad is about to happen.
Yeah, it's a huge topic. So let's just talk about a few types of dreams so that we can start to get a handle on it. So first of all, there's the typical dream, which is what people call their everyday dreams, because in the dream it's about like everyday life.
Yeah, like
they're at work.
Their house.
They're in their own house. They're driving their own car.
Even childhood memories a little bit, or would that be a typical?
Yeah, that's typical. But let's say the typical dreams is the one that people wake up and they say, "Oh, I know what that's about," because I was worried about work and I was dreaming about work and kind of that kind of stuff. So that's one kind of dream, and we shouldn't dismiss those. We'll get back to that. Why we shouldn't dismiss those. The other kind of dream is what we call the big dream. Now, the big dream is when you wake up and that was an experience.
You gotta write this down.
Yeah, that something was going on there. You were in another place, experiencing something important. You're not sure what, but something happened in your dream.
It kind of sticks with you. You just kind of think about it the whole day. It's almost like you want to tell someone about it because it's so fantastical or so intense that you're just like, wow, that was really incredible. A lot of times they wake you up out of bed too.
Yeah,
just
like
big
dreams, they'll wake you up. And everybody has experiences.
So we have typical dreams, we have big dreams.
Then I would say there are these pre-lucid dreams. Now, pre-lucid dreams are when you're dreaming, but you can't quite wake up, either in the dream or you can't wake yourself up from the dream, from the sleep dream. And everybody has experienced these two, where the scene is too bizarre, too strange, or too uncomfortable for you, and you're trying to wake yourself up, or that this is, I must be dreaming because this is so weird, but you can't quite wake yourself up, and you're trying to run maybe, and you can't move your body that much, or those kind of situations. Those are pre-lucid dreams. Now they're pre-lucid because they're leading us to the next level, which is a lucid dream.
And lucid is where you're really awake in the dream. and you're feeling that, okay, I am dreaming, and I know I'm dreaming, and you kind of have these weird experiences. It almost feels like an out-of-body experience, almost like you can move things around, you can make conscious choices, and it's really profound. And every time I wake up from a lucid dream, it's like you have the greatest high afterwards. There's something really, I don't know what happens to your brain, but you wake up and you're just like, wow, I feel so at peace. I feel this glow. It's really amazing. So some people like to just do it for that feeling.
Yeah, it's certainly a revelation for most of us that I didn't know my mind had this capacity to do this thing. But the research shows most people have experienced the lucid dreams at some point in their lives, either when they were children, teenagers, or recently. And it is a shame that if you go on the internet, a lot of people talk about lucid dreams, but they're playing around with it. They don't know what to do with them. It's like they're just like flying around, or like a video game kind of thing. But
a video game. Virtual reality.
Yeah, because it is like a virtual reality apparatus that gives you these experiences. But lucid dreams have a spiritual significance, and they relate back to what's called dream yoga. Now, dream yoga, they were actually incorporated in the discipline of yoga to where these dreams would help you in your personal development, in your spiritual development. And that's really what they're meant for. Now, beyond that, then you get into those out-of-body experiences and those
OBEs.
They're kind of related, like I said, to lucid dreams, because let's say in a typical lucid dream, you're inside a dreamscape, and so you're moving in a dreamscape, in an imaginary dreamscape. In out-of-body experiences, you're moving around in this waking world, but your body is in bed asleep, but your consciousness has kind of moved outside of it.
I remember I had one where I woke up and I was walking around my apartment at the time, and I was putting my hand on the railing to go down the stairs, and my hand was going through the railing, and I was like, oh, I'm dreaming. And it was just this floaty, weird feeling. And then I was zapped back in and woke up, but it was just kind of, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, a lot of people use it as like a playground, like, oh, that's cool. So here's the question for you, Dr. Rob. Is that because people have those experiences, does that mean they're more spiritual? Does that mean if I get enlightened, I'll be able to have those experiences more? Like, what is, how do we move through those different levels of dreams, and what does that mean about our spiritual life?
Yeah, I would say that it's a natural capacity that we all have. How you use it just depends on how you consciously approach your mind. So obviously you can use your intelligence to rob a bank, or to help establish a new religion or something. Yeah? So it depends on what you're doing with your mind. It's the same thing with the dream world. It depends on how you see your purpose in life and the use of your intelligence.
Because you could be unenlightened, have a lucid dream, and just go to these lucid dream workshops and just float around and just do nothing with it out of ego. Or you can actually use it for higher spiritual work. And then even the typical dreams. I found that out of all the work I've ever done in my life, the visualizations, working with emotions, the dreams actually gave me a direct experience of my divine self. It gave me a direct experience of understanding, like, the shadow work with Jungian shadow work, understanding what's going on personally in my life and my psyche. And then also it gives me information that I couldn't get consciously. And then I feel like the dream state, it's like there's a part of me, greater part of me, that's speaking to me, that's giving me insight and direction all the time. And so we could think of it as a fiction novel that we're reading, or we can think of it as real wisdom that we're getting every night. Yeah. And so if you don't use it, the message is wasted. It's just, this higher part of our mind is trying to get to us all the time. But if we don't pay attention to the message, it just goes away. And then those people who have recurring dreams, what would you say about that?
Yeah, recurring dreams is definitely your unconscious mind is trying to get your attention, and for some reason you haven't absorbed the message yet.
It's like keeps like hitting that wall.
Yeah, yeah, and you're not getting, it's not getting through to you, and therefore it just keeps repeating that. Now, one other category of dreams that a lot of people ask about is precognitive dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So precognitive dreams simply means that you're getting a glimpse into something that hasn't happened yet, like a prophetic dream.
Mm-hmm.
These are well documented also. It's a well documented phenomena. A lot of people have them, and it just shows that in the dream mindset, in that state of mind of dreams, REM, the laws of physics do not apply the same way that they apply in the waking world.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to kind of see into the future a little bit. Now,
a lot of people say, how do I know it's precognitive?
right.
And then versus it's just an ordinary dream about my life.
Only through practice.
Yeah, and I also say that, well, if it comes true, a lot of times you don't realize
You
it's a
have to wait.
precognitive dream until
Yeah.
it actually shows up. And then you'll get it, like you said, experience. You'll get a sense of, oh, that this has a different feeling to it. And sometimes it's like a warning or something like that. Like I said, a lot of people think, oh, I dreamt of my ex-boyfriend and we're coming back together, and then that means I should go back with him.
Oh, right.
So it's not that, it's a symbolic message that the dream is trying to tell you most of the time.
Yeah, this is why most people aren't able to take advantage of the dreams, because the unconscious is speaking a completely different language than the one we use.
Mm-hmm.
It's speaking in a very ancient language. Some people think it's probably the original language that humans used. It's a symbolic language. It's if you look at your dreams, right? They're very visual. Sometimes it uses puns
And metaphor.
and metaphor to put the message together. It'll use a lot of different bits of memory, emotion, sensation to put the message together. And so for most people, it's very confusing. They think, that's just a crazy dream. It must have been indigestion or something.
That Mexican food I had last night.
Yeah, but it actually, once you learn to decipher the symbolic language, it starts to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the primary objective of the dream world is to balance out your conscious mind, meaning whatever you're working on consciously, and here's where it comes in your spiritual development, is that whatever questions you have, philosophical, moral, work, relationship questions you have it in your conscious mind, the unconscious will try to answer them for you,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can have some clarity around those issues. So if you don't understand its messages, you're missing half of the psyche's message for you.
It's really interesting. When we do courses, a lot of people will come to us because they like the visualizations, and we do dream courses, and they're kind of, not as popular as like Finding Love and Money courses. And it's so funny that every course that we end up doing becomes a dreams course, because people start getting a taste of, oh, that's what this dream is telling me. And it's like they found like treasure in their mind that they've been missing out on. It's like these messages, these secret messages that you've been ignoring your whole life are right in front of you every night to use. And people just get addicted to it. They just love it. And they learn so much about themselves. One of the other things that we do is we teach our coaches how to do dream interpretation. So if you're interested in this kind of work, we have a certification program where we teach Jungian psychology, and we really do a lot of work with dream interpretation. So if you're interested in finding out more, let us know, because this is a fascinating topic.
Absolutely. We'll have to do some more videos on dreams.
Yes. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I guess to leave before we lead off, just give them some practical activity is start writing down your dreams. And even if you don't know what they mean, just know that they're symbolic and read them. Read the what you write down every day. And what will happen is that the unconscious mind will start giving you those those symbols and giving you more direction. And then there's just kind of an intuitive part of you is going to start to see a pattern, and you're going to start to almost, it's like if you're, don't say you're around a person that doesn't speak your language, after a while, you start learning what they're trying to tell you, and then you just kind of find a way to be by being absorbed with it. So absorb yourself with that language, and then see what the dreams may tell you.
Certainly the key is to improve your dream recall, and that's the best way to do it, is to start writing down your dreams.
Great. Well, enjoy. Hope you have sweet dreams, and we'll see you on the next video.
See you next time.
Take care.